Hey guys, be sure to like and subscribe. Today I want to talk a little bit about something that I learned from my dad. And it might help you guys. Maybe it won't. Maybe you're already there. But a long time ago I had something happen to me. It was kind of like a change. In my family's never been like the most loving family, but like to say the words I love you, I should say. But they always showed you, at least my dad did anyway, that he loved you. He let you know either by taking care of you, looking out for you, giving you advice. My dad was always there for you, but he never really used the words "I love you" much. It just wasn't something said, and I think it was because of part of his upbringing. His father was, my grandfather was kind of abusive towards him, and I had heard that from my uncles and stuff like that he was really brutal with my dad. So my dad probably held back those words because he didn't know if somebody was going to hurt him that he thought loved them before. I don't know. I don't know the reasons, but I do know this, that throughout my life, me and my dad were best friends right up until he passed away. And he was always there for me when I needed him, and I was always there for him when he needed me. We were always there for each other, and one thing we never said much was "I love you," and I always wondered why he didn't say it that much, but he'd show you sometimes, occasionally. I mean, I remember one time when I was joining the Navy, and I was going through those teenage years, and I was, my father would yell at me once in a while for doing something stupid or something, and I got kind of mad at him, and that's why I kind of joined the Navy. But I thought he didn't love, he didn't love me anymore, so at 17 I went off into the Navy. But before I left, I had something happen to me. It was kind of like it showed me how much he really did love me. And what happened was, the day that I was leaving to go into the Navy, I was in the house and I was getting my stuff ready to go, and I walked outside, and my dad was looking down at the woods down the back of our house, and he just kept staring out there. I says, "Dad, I gotta go. I gotta say goodbye." And the guy out front kept honking the horn, the recruiter, and my dad still wouldn't turn around. I says, "Dad, you okay?" And he turned around. He had tears running down his eyes, and he didn't say "I love you," but he turned around. But in that way, he did. You know what I'm saying? And when I went to the Navy after that, and I was in boot camp the whole time, I was thinking about that, and I was like, wow, it really bothered me. And I always called my dad in the Navy to let him know, I loved him and stuff like that, and talk to him and whatever. And he'd say, "I miss you," or something like that. But he'd never say the words "I love you." It was just kind of, maybe he was, he felt icky saying it or something. I don't know, Anyway, throughout life, I've always missed those words. You miss those words, and when you hear those words, somebody say those words to you, it's a good feeling. It really, it sticks with you. It sticks with your heart. My aunt used to say that all the time to me, "I love you," and stuff like that. And later on in my life, when my father was sick and he had Parkinson's disease and he was in the Chelsea Soldiers Home, I remember in there I says, from now on I'm always gonna say "I love you" to my father, because I do. I love my dad, and my father would start saying it back to me, and I started saying it to other people that I love too, but I remember being in the soldiers' home one night, saying goodbye to my dad, and I says, "Dad, I love you," and my dad says, "I love you too," and he kept waving to me, and I stopped to talk to one of his best friends. The guy's name was George. He was a black guy in the Chelsea Soldiers Home, really, really nice gentleman. And we love George like family. We kind of adopted him into our family, and he became like one of us. We have many pictures together with George, and George was a great guy. But I remember that night, and I remember telling George too, I love him too, and George says, "I love you too," like that. And it was kind of cute, But I remember my dad kept waving, and something was telling me that was gonna be the last time I see my dad. And that Tuesday night, I got the phone call that he had passed away at 2 a.m. and it was really like rough on me, and it really hurt me because I had lost my best friend and my dad. And I remember those words, "I love you," sticking it with me, and I was like, wow, You know, like you never know when you're gonna go. You really don't. You never know when you're gonna go. But in my family now, and with even with my friends back home, and my one of my closest friends, and I don't get to talk to her that much, and I wish I could talk to her more sometimes and see her more. But maybe in the future she'll come here to the Philippines. But her name is Jen, and I always, when I talk to Jen, I always tell her, Jen, I love her, because I do. You know, in my heart, she's a very close friend. She's my power of attorney back home, and she knows if she needs something, I'm there for her, and you know, if I need her, she's there for me, despite the fact that we don't talk. And in my family life here, I always tell the kids I love them. I even tell my neighbor, you know, because they're like family to us. And we don't use those words enough today. You know, in today's world, the words I love you just don't come out of our mouths as much as it should. You know, and I think as men, maybe we feel kind of icky saying it, or we feel kind of gay. You know, I don't know what some people say, oh, that's gay, you know, but it's not. It's not. It's not. It's not. It's not something it's a weird thing to say. It's a good thing to say. You know, like for some reason they feel strange saying it. I've heard people say though, oh, that's gay. That's not even a good term to use. You know what I mean? Because to say I love you is not a bad thing. It's a great thing, and we need to use that term more often. You know, and to associate that with, you know, as a bad thing, it's just wrong. You know, but we need to really step up to the plate and tell our families, because you don't know when you're going to be gone. I've had so many friends, you know, in the past that have passed away, and I was fortunate enough to be able to tell them that we love them, or I love them, or our family loves them, or whatever. And I'm thankful that I got to let them know that I did love them before they passed away. It's the greatest feeling knowing that you finished your last conversation and then they passed away, and the last words out of your mouth to that person was, I love you. There's nothing wrong to say that. You know, it's just something, I think if the world did that more often, the world would be such a better place. Such a better place. I mean, I think about that every day. Like, you know, if there's one thing that could unite this world, it would be love. You know, saying those words to people, whether, you know, and I try to love everybody, to be honest with you. And this is, you know, and it might sound kind of funny saying that to people, but it's not funny. There's nothing wrong with saying those words. You know, and I know, you know, I'll probably get some people out there saying, oh, you're an idiot, blah, 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 you know. Okay, I'll take that hit, but you know what? It's okay, you know. You don't get it, you know. And those words, I love you, are probably the best words that will ever come out of your mouth. And in the end, it'll make your life much richer, much better, a healthier lifestyle. Psychologically, you'll feel better. And it might even fix a few bad relationships that you have or whatever. Who knows, you know? Anyway, guys, you know, God bless. Take care. And be sure to like and subscribe, guys. Thanks for watching.